going up and oil is going up. Now you got smaller, going what your brother brought out, because he is correct. What the brother brought out, these bigger corporations that form, you know, one big crop, like say for instance you got 120 acres of oranges. They're in more trouble than somebody who's a smaller farmer, because that smaller farmer can you know just say, well, okay, we're going to grow this year. You know, they got 3 or 4 acres. We'll just grow this year. Versus that big corporation, they could be some serious trouble because they need an X amount of fertilizer and oil.
Yeah.
Hey, I got something.
Okay.
Second Ezra chapter 15, Second Ezra 15 and verse 13, it says, "They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation."
That's right. This is what we see going on, man. They going now. We can use that for a natural disaster, right? What's going on over there in Nebraska? You know, you had a substantial amount of farming land that was burnt up. Okay, that's gonna affect the crops for next year, and also we can utilize that for what we see going on now with the whole Strait of Hormuz situation. All right. Okay, so it's gonna be. That would be a trickle down effect.
Right.
When the supply is less and the demand is higher, what happens? That's economics 101. Prices go up.
Man.
Okay? We're gonna see that in the near future. Alright?
Yeah.
Other countries are already making announcements about it.
Right.
I got one for Australia too.
Okay.
Australia, I asked AI. Australia lockdown. It says as of March 26, Australia has not entered into a mandatory nationwide lockdown for the general population, though it is facing a severe fuel and energy crisis. While the government has dismissed rumors of a COVID-style lockdown, it is considering emergency energy conservation measures following recommendations from the International Energy Agency. Okay, so they say, look, we gonna have to basically put some things in place,
Right. Yeah.
because things are not gonna be readily available. So guess what? That affects the food, man. All right, food is not gonna be readily available.
Yeah, not like that. Yeah, I had went to Albertsons the other night. They were like a blowout sale on everything. Like, damn, yep. Like meat and shit, like 10% off. I was like, shit. Yeah, you got it.
No. Go ahead, though.
No, you good.
And when shit really, when people really start to realize this shit, oh shit, it's getting bad, they're gonna start panic buying.
Uh-huh.
Then that's gonna bring higher demand, and they ain't gonna be able to find this shit. You're like, bro, it's about to get bad, man. It's about to get bad out here, bro.
Yeah.
You see, we already paying. They got that what they call it, like shrinkflation.
Yeah, I can think of that. Yeah.
So where you paying the same amount of money for lesser product. You know what I'm saying? Just like chicken wings. Say you or chicken thighs. Say you pay used to pay what? How much was chicken thighs?
Used to be a little cheaper. Chicken thighs about $7-8 bucks.
But now for the same pack now, that shit done went up on you on a product, even like in the chip bags.
Like $11.
Right.
Yeah.
Even like in a fucking chip bag, it could be a buck. You know what I'm saying? You still paying $2 or $3 for a bag of chips, but it's less chips in it. You see? They call that shit shrinkflation. You know what I'm saying? But I got an article too. Go ahead, this from shit history. This from SHTL Plan.com. It says the quick track to food and fuel ration. And this article was from the day, March 26th. It says 27, slacking, yesterday. It says recent headlines have reported sudden closures of the TSA, or the Transportation Security Administration lanes at major airports and strategic mobilization of immigration and customs enforcement, ICE agents in urban centers, allegedly tied to the government shutdown situation in the United States is looking increasingly problematic as the country continues its quick track towards authoritarianism. It says, but could we see food and fuel rationing too, as tyranny takes hold?
Right.
It says, according to some international agencies that have released warnings about it, food shortages are looming.
Right.
It says, to most, they appear as unrelated symptoms of a complex, troubled world, but they may not be coincidences. It says, they are visible threads of a deliberate, premeditated pattern, one that is weaving a trap for the American people.
Right. And our roads lead to a surveillance state. Okay? To where you own nothing and you'll be satisfied, like the devil, that demon Carl Schwab said.
Man.
All right? Basically bleeding the public.
Yep.
Right? And steering them towards basically, a different solution that you don't live in under technology. You live in Alright? To where everything that you do is gonna be surveillance, where you're not gonna need a car. Ownership will be dead.
Right.
Anywhere that you need to go will be automated.
Right.
Right? An Uber car, you'll get an Uber, and that Uber car will take you where you need to go.
Yep.
Within that radius of where you're supposed to be.
Then I heard they supposed to put it's called a governor. You put on the car.
Yeah.
You make a cutoff of like.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So that's like the 10-point plan for this electricity shit. What is y'all was saying? The plan they coming out with. Yeah, I mean y'all just said it.
What you mean?
The speed limit changes and all that shit.
The energy crisis.
The energy crisis. These motherfuckers talking about putting governors on your cars. So pretty soon.
They already had them on trucks.
Yep. I see.
On 18-wheelers, they got them on 18-wheelers.
So you can go so fast, right?
Certain 18-wheelers they go 65.
Can they control it with them governors too, or what?
They can't control it. They have a certain place where if you get close to certain cars, it'll break for you.
Damn, see, that's why I changed the speed limit to put governors in people's cars, and then force you to take public transportation.
Man.
Then that says something about on Sundays. They call it like a free day on Sunday. You can drive. It's some shit crazy, man.
Yeah, hey, bro, these nations are talking about that shit. Going back to the South Korea, it's an article on, I think it's on the People's Voice. And they went into that shit like the elder had brought up about North Korea, and they said that like they gonna base like people being able to drive off the last like 4 digits of your license plate.
Yeah,
you gotta remember, and I won't be surprised if this shit happen over here if things continue the way they are.
Yeah.
Because under the guise of we need to conserve this oil, this energy. So guess what? You're not gonna have the same freedoms. Freedoms are getting ready to be taken away, man. You see? And you got to remember all these goddamn flock cameras, these license plate readers. So if they tell you, look, you can only drive, according to your license plate, you can only drive on Monday and Fridays. And your ass try to drive on a Wednesday, them goddamn cameras gonna flag your ass.
Yep.
You see? And
The
then
governor, they'll be able to just shut your ass up, pull your ass over.
Man.
That's why they
Damn,
trying to make
that's
everything
what- yeah.
electronic.
Yeah, makes sense, man.
Energy
Right the
crisis,
hell
like
on.
you said, electricity, energy.
Shit.
Shit.
Take you to the jail.
Gonna drive you over there right up to the
Right.
Go lock the door and just drive you up there. Shit.
Right.
Damn.
Shit, but call your mama. Mama.
Don't bail me out.
Yeah.
Mama, they behind me.
Don't worry. We constantly
Right. Right. Damn.
You be totally locked down, bro.
Bro.
Everything that you see, everything that you eat,
Man.
right? It's not gonna be food. No, they go. You if you eat too much meat that week, they gonna cut your ass off.
Man.
Give you the bug
Your
sandwich.
wants and desires will be capitalized off of.
Yep.
And it's already is now. You go on YouTube, watch certain things. Oh man, they gonna just feed you overload. Oh, you like boxing? Here,
Yeah.
hey, look at this, look at that, look at like damn.
Right.
They just capitalize it because that's
Add
the
it
new
up.
gold.
Right.
The new gold is data. The new gold is data. To where they're able to basically, indirectly market you to make you to induce you to buy certain things.
Yes, man.
All right, say for instance, what we up here we're talking about. I mean, I do a pocket. Now all of a sudden you see
Right.
pocket on sale.
Right.
Well, they listen to everything you say, certain buzzwords, things of that nature.
Right.
They know who you are. They got the game on lock, bro.
Bro.
Yeah.
got-
And guess what? He's going to take
Yeah.
it to that next level.
Yeah.
To where man is going to be amalgamated with machine, as is spoken about in Revelation 13 and 16. He caused all both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a mark in his right hand on his forehead, that he might, whoever doesn't receive that mark will not be able to buy or sell. It is not far-fetched. People think we just niggas out here, bro.
Right.
They don't understand.
Right.
They don't understand what we're saying, bro.
Yep.
You assume, yep. When that squeeze start happening, I proceed through the spirit of how about you guys now. There's gonna be a lot of people coming out here when shit get rough.
Oh, yeah, they coming.
A lot of
Yep.
people get your ass cussed the fuck out.
Yep. Great
You
multitude.
get your ass cussed out because you waited all this time to come out here, man.
Yep.
You waited all this time to come out here when we've been out here.
Right.
A lot of people wait to that last minute, dog.
And they're doing all that to tie it in with that RFID because Trump just made Mark Zuckerberg, Jensen, and my man like the head of technology and shit.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be. So now they're gonna start making the laws for AI.
Yeah.
Damn.
So now when they do this shutdown, like they did C1 the C19, they started laying down a lot of fiber optic lines.
Yep.
That's when the 5G came. Now Trump talking about 6G, where they gonna implant things in your right hand and your forehead. Now who was the man group telling y'all this the whole time, man? Beginning with the apostles, man.
Right.
A great millstone, the men on down, and the bishops, man.
Right.
You can't tell us that these men ain't the prophets and brothers up here teaching, man. You know? That shit is here, man.
It's you, bro.
And we coming to the time of testing. Revelation 3 and 10, this is it. While y'all Jake talking about some Tyrese and Tyrone lyrics or whatever you said.
Yeah.
What the nigga name?
Tyrone. Yeah, right.
All that niggas.
Right,
Shit,
that niggas
yeah.
up there, bro. That shit was. I seen a little clip. I seen a little clip today. I guess that nigga Tyrese said someone. I guess Tank. That nigga Tank sung a Aaliyah
Tank.
song. I guess that he was on and did, and Tyrese said something about it. And they got a clip of Tank talking about nigga. Don't talk about Aaliyah. That'll get you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And niggas like
R&B ass. Nigga
that
said,
shit, man, that whack ass shit, man. Fuck this weak ass shit,
Niggas
man.
gonna beef to death, bro.
Right, old ass niggas, man.
Yeah, bro. Bro, I'm at work and old ass nigga just be scoffing. I come in there early like you come in there early, nigga get mad at you.
Right.
"Little young nigga."
Try to do his job.
Right. Niggas get mad because you on time.
Type of nigga to get mad at the sunset. Look at that sunset. Niggas going down looking off the shit. Come on, man. Leave me the fuck alone, man.
Right.
But when it comes to so-called white man, at the end of the day, we got love.
Right.
Niggas are full of shit, man.
Jake said
Right.
majestic.
Thanks. Yeah, shit, bro.
You niggas gotta go.
Right.
You niggas gonna party yourself to death. You gonna beat yourself to death. Right? Everything that's not advantageous to life, you're gonna engage in before the Lord comes. So have at it, man. Matter of fact, just go to the highest building and jump off, bro.
Yep.
Do us all a favor, man.
So take a long walk off a short bridge.
The elite are tired of you, we tired of you too.
Yep.
Everybody tired of you, man. Jump off the bridge, man.
Hey, some more of this article.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead,
Going back, it says Trump's decision to join Israel in a new regime change war on Iran was not a geopolitical miscalculation, but it became one because Trump attack on Iran have ended with the global economy's most critical artery, causing economic distress worldwide.
Right.
It says the
That
Strait.
that artery was clogged.
Right.
It's a metaphor saying that an integral part of globalization is the world economy was clogged. Like the heart that's pumping, and the heart when the artery is clogged, it induces a heart attack.
Right.
Well, that's what the Strait of Hormuz did.
Man.
Man.
It says the Strait of Hormuz is a narrow corridor that carries roughly 1/5 of the world's oil and a similar share of global liquefied natural gas (LNG) trade.
Yep.
Its closure has sent shock.
Which LNG, if you look it up, that's used for transportation also.
Right.
For trains, right?
Planes and shit.
Planes. I looked up for other things. Forgive me, I forget.
Yeah.
You know, even something as small as helium. You know, but it's not small, but
Yeah,
it's even
yeah.
utilized for that also. Okay. So LNG, that's an integral part of the economy also. Okay. Go ahead.
It says its closure has sent shockwaves across continents, triggering a global energy crisis designed to shatter modern abundance.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's precisely what's going on. Consumerism is dead. It's over for the Western culture. It's over for America. It's over for the British. It's over for the Europeans. It's over. Consumerism is dead. People are living from check to check. People credit cards are being maxed out. Okay, why is that? Because these various currencies aren't strong anymore. And this Strait of Hormuz being closed, that was low key the nail in the coffin. Okay.
Right.
Some serious decisions are gonna have to be made in the near future. All right. All that getting on the goddamn internet and complaining and shit about the opposite sex, that's gonna be null and void.
Man,
Right.
for real.
A lot of people out there, you gonna be complaining about, yeah, I was robbed yesterday. Nigga robbed me again. I'm so serious, dog.
Nah, he running out real talk.
Nigga robbed me
Yeah.
again.
They gonna be stealing sites, stealing gas and shit.
What?
Yeah.
Man,
Where are the
shit.
real man at? I was getting robbed and nobody helped me.
Right.
Remember
Like
that
that
woman?
one chick, yeah.
That dog was attacking that woman, and people were just walking by, man.
Yeah. Damn.
Right?
They like, hey,
Feminism not gonna be advantageous in that day.
nope.
Man. It says, I'm gonna read that part again. It says its closure has sent shockwaves across continents, triggering a global energy collapse designed to shatter modern abundance.
Right.
Because right now we were talking about earlier how America is just nothing but abundance. These people can just go, like the elder said earlier, you just constantly being pumped. And it's ultimately Esau wanted it that way to fatten you niggas up for the slaughter, man. You see?
it.
Because these people are so used to just getting it when they want to. Oh, it's there. Any fucking time of the night, you can just go do what the fuck you want to do. Fulfill the lust of your flesh. Eating, fucking, whatever you want to do. It's just readily available every time you crack open your eyelids, man. You see? But Esau is that abundance is gonna stop, man. You see? When that shit stop, and you gotta understand, man. People are addicted to shit, man.
Yeah.
These foods, the motherfucking cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? You got people addicted to social media, to
Yep.
television. Bro, they talking about an energy crisis. 100,000 people in California just cut out. Woo! New York was talking about that we don't have to conserve energy. So now guess what? Your ass is gonna be able to play the game like you used to. The niggas addicted to games.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got Edomites killing their parents over fucking Nintendo Switches, man. You tell this nigga he got somebody gotta get it.
Yeah.
You saying that?
You're dead.
Right.
Come here, Roger.
Nigga walk off slow,
Right.
close the door.
Nigga back up. You know?
Yeah,
Like that Homer Simpson meme going in that bush and shit.
Right. Yeah.
okay.
Right.
I close it out.
Right. But this shit, bro, it's about to go down, bro.
Yep.
Yep.
It's about to go down.
And that's what the elite banking family want to do. Problem, reaction, solution.
Right.
You know? They got the solution waiting on you niggas, man. When I say niggas, everybody in this country. You know?
Yeah.
They go force you into that bottleneck into taking that RFID, man.
Yep.
That's what it's going down to. You got it.
That squeeze, if I can add that squeeze, but just to add to that abundance, man. That's why this place is so proud, man. You
Yeah.
know, these people proud as hell, bro. That's why they feel like this place can't be touched, man.
Yep.
Just like the priest of Benaiah was going into. You can still right now, man. And America is one of those last places that's gonna feel. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? These other countries, they feeling it. You
Right.
know? But that's that abundance, bro.
Man.
Yup.
I got something for y'all. Revelation 18:9, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, allude to Babylon, shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off, the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour 1 hour is thy judgment come, and the merchants of this is the point really, and the merchants of the earth shall mourn, shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
The money gonna stop.
Yeah, the
So
cash.
at first they gonna be hurt. You know what I'm saying? That money gonna stop. That money flow.
Because they know Americans are the biggest consumer nation on the planet.
Right.
And preferably to go to us Israelites, man. Jake be buying some. Hell, the beauty industry alone is a $1 billion industry. Let's know other things that people use for goods every day.
Right.
You know, your toiletries, your paper towel, everything. You know.
That's right. Verse 12: the merchant of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls and of fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and of thine wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious woods, and of brass, and of iron, and of marble, and of cinnamon, and of odors, and of ointments, and of frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep. Yep,
Damn.
because we get
Yeah,
a substantial
Wagyu
amount of
beef.
meat from
Yep.
other countries.
Right.
Right? Argentina or South Central America, basically, and Canada. Okay, and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men.
Man.
These migrants coming over here, they're basically indigent servants.
Man. Real talk. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
work the hell to death. And they're just using the northern tribe for their political agenda.
Right.
Letting them come over here and then say, "Get your ass out of here."
Right.
You got one. President that's allowing them to come in freely. Another president kicking them out and demonizing them.
Right.
Right? Lo and behold, they're using Palantir the whole time, which Palantir is an AI ultra database system to target people. So they're using basically the Northern Tribe as guinea pigs. And they've been doing that for a substantial amount of time, man.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
Man, remind me of that shit from Eagle Eye. Eagle Eye with Shia
That
LaBeouf,
movie.
that system. Yeah, that shit was like that shit kind of remind me of Palantir. How you explain it?
Yeah.
Remind me of Palantir. That shit was bro.
That's
That shit was
exactly what
tapping
it
into
is.
everything.
They have to
goddamn.
pinpoint where you at. They basically what it is your profile, where you at, your phone usage, where you log in and work. All of that is in let's say a folder, in the internet, and they're able to pinpoint where you at. That's how they're able to take out a lot of these generals in the other countries,
Right. Man.
Man.
because they're using Palantir,
Man.
right?
So in fact, they showed you that. Somebody, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
They showed you that in that movie.
Yeah.
Remember that funeral? I think they were
Yeah.
having a funeral or something, and then and they pinpointed the spot where that funeral was and bombed that shit.
Yeah.
They killed those.
That's exactly what they do.
Yeah. Yup.
Damn.
They got that shit on that movie, or not a movie, the series called Homeland. I just finished it. They got all this shit is in there, man.
Damn.
Yep. They do.
Get some more to this.
Go ahead.
All right, going back to the article, it reads, with the continued trouble in the Middle East, shipping could be hindered for quite some time, meaning vital products for food and fuel could be stopped and never reach the U.S.
Right. And what people don't understand is, okay, say the Strait of Hormuz is back up and running. You have to understand, we're dealing with shipments that takes, 20 days to get here?
Yeah. Yep.
It's not an easy thing. And it's been closed since what? For about 2 weeks now?
Yeah. Sometime.
Yeah, open. I think a little over, yeah.
You know?
Almost 3 weeks now, maybe.
Yeah, I'm over.
You know? according to this guy Jay Reed, he does some pretty good YouTube videos. He was saying that we have reserves, that'll last for about 20 days, and then we're gonna be, we gotta, look to, for alternatives. You know what I'm saying? That's 20 days. This the more that this war lingers, the more that the world's gonna be in trouble. And all Iran has to do is basically last. What you have to look at, what is the goal of America? One is to a regime change, and now to open the Strait of Hormuz. Well, they're not committed to open the Strait of Hormuz. Forget about that. The regime change, they're not going to be able to do that because now the Iranian people, they're fortified, right? Hey, they don't want to cool. Okay? Meanwhile, the U.S. is bleeding out. All right? They're losing that war over there. And losing its popularity. So either two things gonna happen. They're gonna either stop the war or become more desperate and and break even more international laws. They're already bombing civilians over there. So what's next? A nuclear war? That could induce what? More countries to get involved and say, look, you know what, you guys are full of shit. Because America really can't lose. If they're supposed to be the #1 guys, they lose that war, that posture that they have.
Yep.
People, you never see the bullet that got beat up, and then from now on,
that nigga.
Right.
Everybody want to smoke.
Right. Yeah.
That's gonna happen to America.
Right.
Everybody gonna want to smoke. Everybody gonna be like,
Man,
I ran whoop you, nigga. I ran whoop you. I know you can't whoop me.
bro,
I know, right? Then they can start joining other nations. Oh, you can't protect us. Oh, okay. Start making my own army and shit. Europe gonna go fucking sides with Russia. It's gonna be so Japan and all them go, man. China go get all them. They gonna look at your ass like, you ain't shit.
Yep. Hey, because look what happened because of the war. I mean, America had to lift certain sanctions up to allow certain nations to buy oil from Russia.
right.
So this is strengthening Russia. And we know that Russia has an economic agreement with who? Iran. Okay? By what? BRICS. Okay? Alright?
Yep.
And who else is this strengthening? China. China's being strengthened by this. They're playing the long game.
They wait. They're like, oh, okay.
You know? America's not able to replenish its artillery because the rare earth that's needed to build certain artillery is found in China. China still got that sanction implemented. All right? So we're looking at this place going down here, bro.
Yeah, America, you in the pickle, buddy.
Yep. Not to mention inside fight that's here. Everybody's at each other's throat. Everybody tired of each other. So-called black women tired of the so-called black men and vice versa. You know, white women tired of white men, so-called white men.
Yep.
Right? Republicans tired of Democrats. Right? Black Republicans disgusted at the Republicans because they racist. People who are Democratic, they're tired of Democrats because they too damn freaky.
Yeah.
So everybody's tired of each other, man.
That's right.
And that's going to lead to what? That's going to lead to social unrest. Especially when people can't eat. What's keeping people docile is the fact that they can go in that refrigerator and grab a bite to eat from ultra-processed food.
Yep.
But when them chemicals ain't readily available, people going to be some serious, seriously upset, man.
Hell yeah, because people are addicted to sugar. There's a bunch of sugar freaks out here, bro.
Yeah.
Man.
There's a bunch of sugar freaks.
Yep. That's why it's such a freaky. That's one reason why it's such a freaky nation, because the parasites that people got induces them to be promiscuous, according to what Bobby Price said.
Yeah. I mean, I listen. Yeah.
You know.
Damn.
This is Mark chapter 3 and verse 24. It says, if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand.
Yep, and this kingdom is divided. We're looking at a divided kingdom. It's not going to stand. Right?
It says, verse 25, and if the house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand.
Right.
See, so shit, this place, like the elder said, this place going, everything, is divided. Everybody's divided. Families divided. You know what I'm saying? Niggas at work divided. Everybody. So what is that gonna lead to? Especially when food gets taken away, people can't go out and just get food like they want to. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna cause people to start, like the elder said, it's gonna be invading one another. Niggas gonna start getting their head smashed in, man.
Yep.
And what the Lord said in the scripture, that He gonna set at variance the father against the mother and the things of that nature.
Right.
So this is the Lord's doing, man.
Right.
You know.
And that house represents the nation, man.
Right.
Right.
So the nation of Edom is divided. MAGA, you had MAGA that was with it.
Yeah.
Now they're against it.
Against
They
it,
ready to kick Trump ass now. You know what I'm saying? But
that's being engineered.
exactly. Exactly.
The whole, like I said, the whole George Kent thing, backing out of the the cabinet.
Yeah.
They fomented that sense of rebellion.
Right. Trying to incite riots and shit. Yep.
And the elder Bond, he said that's the Lord's doing.
January 6th.
Well, when you read in Matthew, what's that, 34, I believe, he said that he was bringing a sword, man. Which that's a twofold scripture. Of course, the sword is, people gonna literally get put to death, but it's also talking about that division, man, which just goes into it when you continue to read down the sister against the mother, the daughter against the mother, the son against the father, the parents.
Man, I got a little bit more on this article. Go ahead. All right, going back, I'm gonna read this part again. It says, with the continued trouble in the Middle East, shipping could be hindered for quite some time, meaning vital products for food and fuel could be stopped and never reach the U.S.
That's right. So certain vital things needed, like we keep on bringing this out, like fertilizer, LNG, things of that nature, to make things move. These tractors, these trailers, you know what I'm saying, farm equipment, you know what I'm saying? They're not gonna be here, and guess what? That crop's not gonna yield its usual mark, if you will, for lack of a better term, or produce, if you will. Meaning, and that's gonna make the price of these goods go up.
What?
Like I said earlier, it's economics 101. Less supply, high demand, higher costs. Okay.
It says, could that devolve into rationing? It says perhaps, but we don't see that happening just yet. Trump claims he has gotten a present from Iran, while Tehran said it has rejected the U.S. Initial ceasefire proposal.
Well, we know that this is going to happen because prophecy. Well, it talks about rationing in what? Revelation 6 and 5. That's the thing about Issachar, boy. They don't give a damn with something. Oh, they gonna play that shit.
Man.
Young Jock.
Yeah.
They dug that nigga up, huh?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
They trying to get like me.
Right.
That perm purse dress having that.
Niggas want that boy. They want them early. They want them early 2000s
The
back.
days back.
It's over. It's over.
I get it. It's a good time.
Yeah, it's over,
dog.
man. It's over.
Niggas snapping and shit.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Just throwing it in the air and snap.
Get like me, nigga.
Nigga, it's over. It's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap, man.
Boy, we so
trying to capture that feeling.
Right,
People
yeah.
for the last
fiending.
the last 20 years, people been talking about the 90s.
Right.
The 90s. No, bro, it's over.
Yeah.
90s was cool.
Yeah.
It had its
Yeah,
moments.
that was
Yeah,
it.
It had 10 years. Each year had 10 years.
Right.
The 80s and everything was 10. Damn, that's crazy.
Man.
10. Shit, we think. Damn. Over that way, around right here, what I not to be at sometime?
Kind of close to the wall.
Yeah, right there. Yep.
Yeah.
What y'all think?
Yeah.
Rain want to come now.
I'm start warming up. It's cool.
yeah. Supposed to be warming up, right? This thing here, hit it, boy. Yeah, we moving to another location. Where at? Where y'all trying to go?
Right, we sit right here, Lauren.
Yeah.
Smell like
Smell like producing this. Somebody clothes right there. Yeah, that's somebody's house right there. Look. Oh. Come on in the corner, look at this. Like I think that big suitcase and clothes. No, I just gotta look all the way around there. Somebody's house right there. Up front there.
Nah, it's a little bit more to this article.
Leave that man shit alone.
All right, so it says Europe could experience fuel shortages as soon as April, according to the reports from by the Guardian.
yeah, what? It's 27 right now, bro. April next week.
Right.
Passover, April the 1st.
Wednesday.
You know? So hey man, times are getting very serious. So rationing out goods, things of that nature, we know that to be something that's gonna happen and it's very possible, you know, that it is that word possible be something that could be true. It's very likely that it's true.
Right.
You know, or could happen. It's very possible, you know, that this could be the event that's going to cause ration. You know? Right? Allude to what, again, Revelation 6 and 5. We can grab that real quick.
Yeah, you good.
Then it's in the scripture.
I got you, 65.
Yeah, that's that commentary that you like to bring out, bro.
Oh, no, I know it was ChatGPT. I just pulled it up, though.
No. I'm talking about the 65, the commentary in Guzi.
And Guzi?
Yeah, Guzi talks about it.
Okay, I'll go to it. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the commentary. My bad. This is the commentary for David Guzik for Revelation 6 and 5. All right. All right. It says. Want me to get straight to that point or what?
Yeah.
All right. It says this is the part that says it.
Let me. I'm gonna read the verse. You got it.
This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 5 in the KJV. It says, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. Verse 6 it says, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts saying, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
Go ahead. I'll read that out.
So it says a quart of wheat for a denarius and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius. These prices are about 12 times higher than normal. It says these prices are about 12 times higher than normal. It means that it would cost a day's wages to buy the ingredients for a loaf of bread.
Right. So we're gonna see that here. We're gonna see a term called hyperinflation. So it's gonna be very expensive in order for you to get something that's supposed to that's usually something that's very cheap. Okay? Right? Because guess what? That Strait of Hormuz is very important for the petrodollar.
Very. Yep.
Right? Oil is bought and sold in dollars. Okay? That's why the demand is officially made for it. But if it doesn't have that, but if that Strait of Hormuz is not open, guess what? What is that going to cause? That's going to cause that dollar to be worthless. Right? All substances devalued. All right?
So I pulled this up in ChatGPT on the same verse. So it says the key breakdown of that it's like Revelation chapter 6 in verse 5. It says a measure of wheat for a penny. The word penny comes from the denarius, a full day's wages in the ancient Roman world. It says a measure is about one person's daily food ration, meaning a whole day's work only buys enough wheat for one person. That's extremely expensive compared to normal prices. It says 3 measures of barley for a penny. Barley was cheaper, lower quality food, often animal feed or food for the poor, meaning that you can buy a little more barley for the same wage, but it's inferior food, suggesting people are downgrading just to survive.
Yep. Like a downgrade to survive. Like I said, consumerism is dead, bro. Nigga be we're going to Trader Joe's, and afterwards we're gonna go to some nice Hirachi spot that I love, you know. Hell no. Your ass go to Walmart. Right. Shit.
Hey, you remember that lady?
Get some goddamn Nori wraps to make your own sushi.
Right. Y'all remember that lady was talking about she had put I forgot who the fuck she was. She's some government official. She was like, how can you survive these hard times by eating 2 chicken strips, a tortilla, and some goddamn, I think the bitch has some broccoli on her.
Yup.
That's what she was telling, yeah, right.
Win.
That's exactly what's about to happen to you. You know, people will have to make some serious decisions on what they're eating. Things ain't gonna be readily available anymore.
Right.
That's the time that we're living in, man.
Get some more of this too. Going back, it says going back to the article. Was it? You want on that?
I think it said kind of the same thing almost.
Okay.
All right. You can read it, but I think it said the same thing.
All right. So going back to the commentary in David Guzik, it says we often see great famine in the world today, yet fewer people suffer from hunger than 100 years ago. However, understanding the world's precarious ecological balance, it says it would not take much to plunge many into that kind of scarcity and equity mentioned here.
Right, because on the supply chain to sustain it. It's not to where we have our own crops. Right. We have our own, cattle slaughter. The masses depend on, a very precious, fragile, not precious, but fragile supply chain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Things have to be set in place in order for it to be fed. Gas have to be readily available. These trucks have to be up. Contracts have to be out there. Right? People have to have the money in order to buy. Right? All that's being dispensed before your eyes. Okay?
Yep.
I'm gonna go back to this article real quick. So going back to the article, it says Europe could experience fuel shortages as soon as April, according to a report from The Guardian. Rationing has already begun in some Asian countries as the conflict continues to make things difficult for everyday people living under the thumb of rulers. Right? So everyday people
aren't able to feed themselves. Right? Certain government funding, things of that nature. Right? It's being cut. Certain people like veterans, single parents, people living off of Social Security, they have fixed income.
They do.
Right? So with the increase in prices, Guess what? These people ain't gonna be able to feed themselves. More people gonna be at the food banks.
Man.
Hell, you got TSA workers at food banks. Look for help.
Oh.
Boy.
Behind on bills.
Mm-hmm.
All
Right.
types of shit going on, man.
Elon Musk, somebody he want to pay all their wages and shit, you know?
Yeah.
And that's wicked.
happened?
That's
Yeah.
wicked to have them people try to come to work and they not get paid, bro. That's wicked, dog.
That's slavery. You don't pay somebody to go to work. That's slavery. Okay.
It says the Shell chief executive told an oil industry at an oil industry conference in Texas, South Asia was the first to get burnt. That moved to Southeast Asia, Northeast Asia, and then more into Europe as we get into April.
Yep. So people know. So some serious players about to get into this war out of necessity. Well, let me say it's very plausible that more people are going to enter into this war because of necessity. This could be a catalyst to the beast hating the whore. The European nations hating Babylon the Great.
Right.
Right? And let's prove that. Revelation 17 verse 15, 16.
Got it.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 16. And it reads, and the ten horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
They should hate the whore. Right? Burn her up. How are they gonna burn up? Missiles. People, the other nations are tired of this place, bro. UK Parliament said, man, Trump is acting like a goddamn thug. A mob, basically a mob family. You know? You know? The other nations are starting to look at this place, in disgust. Not starting to.
Yeah.
There's some people who care. That's gonna lead to something, bro.
Right.
It's gonna lead to World War III. Right?
I mean, Trump already said it. One of the tweets they made, like recently, about how pretty much saying we don't even need y'all. Like just straight up saying, like, man, we don't even really need y'all. You ain't benefiting us anyway. Right? So that's right there, definitely contributing to the beat saying, no, like, oh, you don't need us? Okay, okay. Don't start. They finna go start talking with Russia, China, and whoever else. American enemies.
Right.
You know, and it's all part of prophecy. You know, we see it unfold before our eyes, man. Lord should set up the dominoes for ultimately this MOTB to be made mandatory. Once it's made mandatory, it's like we're gonna knock all those dominoes over, man. Shit gonna be even faster. You know, and that's what we waiting on.
And speeding up, he knocked that domino over in the beginning with Noah. The domino's still coming. It's here now.
Yep.
Boy.
That was it on that revelation? That was it on that revelation?
Yeah.
Hey, read the next verse. You still got it?
Yeah, I still got it.
Go ahead, bro.
Back in Revelation 17, next verse 17, it says, for the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the word of the Most High shall be fulfilled.
Right. You see, so the Lord is put on the spirits of the earth to get in bed with this whore. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna get to the point to where the Lord is gonna put that spirit to hate this bitch. You see? And we seeing it. Now it's coming to the point like you understand now that he's gonna start to hate this hoe. Because now she fucking up shit, you know what I'm saying? While America's sitting over here on the other side of the world, their allies is over there suffering because Trump proud. You know what I'm saying? This nigga he's fucking up he's fucking up they hold that shit that they going on, man. You see? When that shit when you watch any fucking gangster movie, when a motherfucker start fucking up shit, the boss start, you know what I'm saying, getting proud and start treating his workers bad, usually them workers turn against that nigga, man. They go with a more stronger somebody You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's more stronger, who's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Got them in mind, goddamn me, and shit. In America, hey, Trump ain't got none of these niggas in mind, man. These niggas, Trump is proud, man, we glad the Lord put that nigga. Yeah, exactly. We glad the Lord put that nigga in office. This is fulfilling prophecy, man.
You proud because they know that water separates us from the other nations.
Right.
You know.
Right, nigga, way over there
Big bottle
talking shit.
Yeah, a big bottle of water.
Right.
And I mean that shit.
Right.
Yep.
Hey, he acted like what casino, Joe Pesci's character was named Vinny.
Nigga got pride.
Proud, getting sloppy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Killing people once again.
That's right.
His own best friend. What's gonna happen to the nation of Israel? Based on Alexander the Great.
Yep. That's what I got to know.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51.
Yep.
And I'll get verse 7.
Yep. Yep.
Like it says, Babylon had been the golden cup in Yahweh's hands that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So, the other nations are realizing more and more that Babylon is simply not fit to rule, right? Especially with the way that Trump is moving, so he's making the shit even worse than what it could be. Right, so now the nation's like, man, this place, bro, who's next? Because Babylon, they finna get cut off. After they, set up the MOTV, right? This New World Order, because they all in cahoots with that at least. Once that's done, it's like, all right, who's up next? Because this place is gonna be destroyed, man. Right? Like we already made mention earlier how the beast is hating the whore, man. Nobody want nothing to do with America, man. Hell, they even with the money, they're trying to do away with the money, trying to do away with the petrodollar. You see, they doing that with the Strait of Hormuz. I'm saying that right, Hormuz. Right? So it's a lot of shit that's going on, man. Right? And the Lord, and as things go on, the Lord is going to continue to make things happen faster and faster and faster for the elect's sake, as it says in Matthew the 24th chapter.
That's right. Yep.
Yep. Niggas worrying about TNT. And their ass about to get blowed up for real. You know what I'm saying?
That's some real TNT.
The real TNT, niggas. Yeah, like, right. Trending, dog.
This is Revelation chapter 11 and verse 18. And it reads, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come. In the time of the dead, that they should be judged. So we're in the time of the dead being judged. The dead represents these nations, man. You know what I'm saying? It's time of judgment, man. We're in a time of judgment. Second Ezra, the 9th chapter. The Lord is visiting the earth which he made. They were visiting to punish, man. Revelation 19, Yahushua is coming to judge and make war, man. This is the time for it. It's time for judgment, man. It says, and that thou shouldest give the Lord unto thy servants the prophets. So the prophets are the way, man. You know what I'm saying? There's no simultaneous things. It says is that salvation / destruction after this chapter. It says, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name. Small, so that shows the importance of the name, man.
Yeah,
We got name bashers out here, man.
Right.
You know who they are. We ain't got to give them no shine. It says, small and great, and should have destroyed them which destroyed the earth. Who is that talking about? These Edomites, man. Esau, Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man, woman and child, man. They've destroyed the planet Earth, man. You know what I'm saying? And the earth is angry and shit. You know? The Lord is mad, man. You know what I'm saying? He's about to return and go ham on this place, man. You know?
This Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 22. It says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter. Verse 21? Okay. Lamentations chapter 4 verse 21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shall make thyself naked.
This is speaking of Esau, Edom, man. You know, so-called self-proclaimed white man, woman, and child. Esau, Edom, self-proclaimed, man. You know, there are no white people according to the Bible, man. They're red, man. The first came out red all over, like a hairy garment. Genesis the 25th chapter, man. You know what I'm saying? So they're actually red. They're not white, man. And you can clearly see that when you look at people like Trump, man. He's not white. Most people call him orange. You know what I'm saying? But he's definitely not white. But the point is, this is speaking of Edom, Esau, Edom. And it says the land of Uz. That's right here, man. Babylon the Great, America, aka America. This place has many alternate names, man. You know what I'm saying? Uz, Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. What's some others?
Virgin daughter.
Egypt.
Syria,
Egypt, Solomon, Egypt.
Yeah, many code names, man. So I'm talking about the same place. This place right here, man, aka America, man. You know what I'm saying? So it said, read it again.
God, it says, the cup also shall pass through unto thee.
Yeah, that cup gonna pass through. The cup represents desolation, double straits, death, destruction. Nothing good is in the cup, man. When you read in Jeremiah the 49th chapter, verse 12, it said, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup, they are surely drunk. And are you or he, roughly paraphrasing, all together, go unpunished, roughly paraphrasing. And it says, thou shalt not go unpunished, you're going to drink of the cup, bro. So you're going to get that, man, with that issue. You know? You got to drink of that cup too, bro.
That's right.
If I can add a point, because in Revelation 18, it said what? Fill her cup to a double, right? Right. So it's gonna get a judgment, pretty much a judgment never before seen, man. Right? Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 30 and 7. Yeah, 37. And last for that day is great. So there's a time never before like it. Jacob's trouble. So yeah, what the Lord got planned for Babylon the Great, man, it's gonna be something beyond measure. It's gonna outdo everything. Everything that you've ever known. Translated slave trade, what else? The Holocaust, pretty much everything. The flood, that's what I was thinking of. The flood, it's going to outdo all of that.
Right? Some terrible things in the earth, man. Chattel slavery, Great Depression, all of those things. There's some bad things in earth.
Even now.
Even now. Exactly. Terrible.
Gaza, genocide.
Yep. So all these things that are happening, none of that. This baby play for what the Lord is about to do, because it's never been seen. Daniel 12:1, it's never been seen before. It's going to only be seen once, and it'll never be seen again, because after that, the implementation of the kingdom of heaven. Right. So you know it's going to be special. The Lord's going to show out, man. He's going to show up and show out, man. On this one, you're going to know the names of the Lord, that reputation. You know, right. That reverence, that reputation, it's going to be attached to those names. You know what I'm saying? That's coming back into the earth, man. Al-Shadia is about to reintroduce himself, like what's the name? Whatever. Yeah. Jay-Z said, "Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Hov." You know, that's the Lord finna enter just like that, bro. Right. He finna bring it, bro.
Hey, check this out real quick. You go finish that. Jeremiah 30:7 in NLT. In all history, there has never been such a time of terror.
Man, never.
In all history.
Of terror in all history, man.
Jeremiah 30:7. You're going to Jacob's trouble?
Oh, NLT.
All history.
NLT, yeah.
And the Lord is the king of terrors pursuant to the scriptures.
I like Sana say, all, A-L-L. All, in all of history. Ain't gonna be nothing like it, man.
It's going down, man. Yeah, we haven't seen robots walking around. Right.
Nah.
I'm continuing on back.
Yes.
Back in Lamentations chapter 4, and it says, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Right? And we're living in that time right now. Right? We're living in that time that, bro, our punishment is about us. Jay punishment is about us. Now, let's get to the point where the Lord, he's going to come visit Edom. Right? with him with the destruction that's coming upon his place. Right? You slowly see, you know, the curses coming off of Jake to Esau, slowly but surely. Right? So we're coming to the time that Esau, man, you finna get what you got, what you deserve, ultimately, man. That we've been waiting for so long for, man. Right? The destruction. Right? The Lord that he promised that he's gonna do on y'all to save his man, the elect. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, this dude is being totally exposed, man. You know, it's shameful spirit on his glory. You know, the Lord is making this dude naked, man. You know, which had to happen. You know, what's that? 2 Thessalonians 2nd chapter. This dude had to be revealed. You know, the king, the son of perdition, man. You know what I'm saying? Which he's revealed. Everybody knows now who the elephant in the room is. Right. There was a time this dude was incognito. He was right there. You know, like this. There's a saying in the earth. What is it? It's plain sight.
Oh, hiding in plain
Hidden in plain sight.
In plain sight, man. Right there the whole time, doing all this madness, and nobody saw him or ever, you know, thought about. You know, maybe it's him. You know what I'm saying? Pointing at this dude. You know,
The Wizard of Oz.
What is
The
it?
Wizard of Oz behind that curtain.
There he is.
Now that curtain been pulled back now.
Yep. Toto, the dog, exposed his ass. You know, which is in what's Kalab in the Hebrew.
I think so.
Kalab. Yep. So, yeah, exposed his ass. So the curtain is open now. Everybody see this little nigga. Is this the man?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Is this nigga right here? You know, because they're insignificant. They're nothing. They're the biggest of men on planet Earth, bro. You know, the Lord raised this dude up because of us. We went off. He had to teach us a lesson, man. You know, that's it. That's discussion. You know, we went off, bro. The Lord like, okay, I got you. Watch this. Y'all won't be niggas. Watch this. You know, and the Lord put this nigga over us, bro. And this nigga been going crazy. Losing his goddamn mind, man. You know, and he's still doing it. He ain't through. He not through yet, because the scriptures say until he be taken out the way. You know what I'm saying? So he who now letteth will let until he be taken out the way. 2 Thessalonians, 2nd chapter, man. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't over yet. Nigga still got some more madness to do.
Right.
You know, to fulfill everything that needs to be fulfilled. But basically, we're there. We're at that point of fulfillment, man. And this nigga is about to be taken out, bro.
Right.
Now it's our turn. The nation of Israel. Second Ezra, what's that? The 6th chapter, verse 9.
Yep.
Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that following, man. So all you people out there, you nation that thinking you got next, you getting it wrong, bro. You don't got next.
Yep.
You know?
That's right, bro. Yeah. Definitely said.
Lock us up.
Hey, with that being said, that's a good time to stop right there. We'll give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh.
The honesty, apostle, elders, as well. Salutations out there. Shalom.
Shalom.